Thailand, and we're going to Bali.
We're snorkeling! We in the middle of nowhere.
We went to Krispy Kreme. It's official. I was not myself. I firmly believe just because you fall backwards does not mean that you should just quit. It's a deep wound for me because I grew up with family who didn't care. I grew up with people who hurt people and violated people. It can feel very lonely.
Putting on the blame on the victims yet again. You should forgive your abusers.
It's tough because not everyone is going to understand what you're trying to do. Decide how you're going to continue to operate. I just feel so grateful and just so whole. I feel nourished soulfully. Guys, we did it! I had some videos that I wanted to share before this travel series, and I'm gonna get into those videos and talk more about how life has been. Living in Hong Kong, dealing with long COVID, things we've been doing and enjoying. Yeah, there's just so much to come, and I'm hoping to stay a bit more consistent. I firmly believe just because you fall backwards does not mean that you should just quit, or that you should just give up. It just means you've been, you took a step backwards and you've been rerouted, and you just have to circle back and figure out what it is you truly want to do and what you desire and go for it. So I sometimes didn't come back as soon or as quickly as I should have or could have or whatever. I think sometimes because of that voice of oh my God, it's been forever since you posted, or oh my God, this is old footage, or whatever the situation is. And it's just self-imposter syndrome. It's just negative self-talk. It's just perfectionism. It's self-doubt. It's limited beliefs, all of those things. And I'm done living that life. I've shared some posts in the past about being done, but this feels a bit more serious. Something has massively shifted in the last several months, and maybe because I've been feeling a lot better and not dealing with a lot of the long COVID stuff, and I fell into a depression, and I definitely feel those clouds have massively lifted. Another symptom I dealt with long COVID was the brain fog. I feel I'm finally feeling I have my brain again. I can't tell you, for the better part of the year and more, it's I couldn't remember things. I would start something and would forget that I even started it. I would forget where my keys were. But yeah, COVID really messed with my brain. I was not myself. My close friends could vouch for that. My husband could vouch for that. I just, was not well. But I'm just, glad that brain fog and that depression and all those clouds have definitely lifted. And I'm feeling good, and I'm happy and excited to I'm really enjoying life. I know anybody could say that after they've been traveling and having all these fun experiences, but I was feeling this long before we decided to go traveling, and I've just been, feeling so much better. I can get back to just living and sharing and doing, and I honestly feel I'm in my prime. I feel I'm writing to-do list, and I'm checking them off, and I'm following through, and I'm finishing projects, and that is what I've been striving for the better part of the year. I can't tell you, literally. I've been literally striving to just follow through, and a big part of that is the long COVID stuff. I can't blame it all on the COVID, self-imposter syndrome, fear, all of that stuff, duh. And I just feel I'm doing better, and I feel I'm just really excited. We got some takeout. We decided to grab some Vietnamese pho. We got some chili with lime. Okay, so I think I need some chopsticks. This actually looks really good. Ready? Whoa.
You're quite hunched over. You look like a goblin.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go over. Why do these pieces look so weird? The stuff makes me nervous sometimes. If anybody knows me, I'm playing Jane. I like my Western food, but I'm trying things. We got pork, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really taste like pork, to be honest.
Well, it looks really good.
It's nice.
How's the broth? I mean, like when you sip it.
Mm.
No, not yeah, it's whichever, yeah.
It's nice, a bit oily, but yeah. Lately, life has felt kind of like overwhelming, slow, just weird. And in a good way, sort of. Okay, so now that I have my coffee and I'm a little bit more situated, I just wanted to have a little coffee and chat morning. Oh my gosh, my coffee has like a cool little moon crest. Look. How cute is that? It's like the universe is like, you're on the right page, you're on the right track. Just like keep going, even during times of like weariness and unsureness and nervousness. So I started this like, gosh, I think it's literally been like 2 months ago. While also doing my YouTube, I've been posting on my Instagram and trying to like make sure everything is somewhat aligned. And I don't know, it's been tough, but it's also been keeping me somewhat structured. It's like at the very beginning, I felt like I was on top of it. I was doing really well. With my YouTube, I was like 5 videos ahead. And now, now I'm behind, of course, life. So yeah, this morning I woke up feeling behind. And it's got my wheels turning, thinking about how I've been living my life this last week and a half and how I've been doing things, and I've just sort of felt like I've been slowly each day slipping more and more behind. And I honestly think it's more about like these stupid inner dialogue stuff creeping back in, like these beliefs, like these certain feelings attached to certain emotions and certain thoughts attached to certain stories and narratives that like come up for me, which is I'm behind, that's number one, and feeling like I'm a failure. I hate that feeling because I feel like it always comes up when we're doing something new or when we're trying to do something and we feel like we're not doing enough. Like there's another story, there's another like whatever. Some days and a lot of weeks I can be on top of it and I just feel good and I don't even have those stories pop up because I'm like, no one cares. No one cares. And that's another like massive like belief that I still really carry like deeply, and then like on the surface, not even just deeply, but it's on the surface, is like that feeling like nobody cares. And it's a deep wound for me because I mean, I grew up with family who didn't care. I grew up with people who hurt people and violated people, and my childhood wasn't great and wasn't even good. Like it would just, I have always just felt like nobody cared. When you finally try to do something that you're passionate about and you care about so much, and you don't feel like you have a support system or someone there cheering you on, like it can feel very lonely. And that's what I've been feeling lately. I've just been feeling really alone in what I'm doing, really lonely in life. Like I told my husband I missed him 10 million times yesterday because I've just been feeling so, I don't know, just so alone. And I really hate that feeling because I'm actually okay being by myself. But when that feeling teeters to like aloneness, when you feel like no one cares, that's when it can get really hard for me anyway. I think from a lot of people. I'm gonna have to pull out my journal and really reflect and regulate and just like get back to like my heart center and what I care about. And not let the intellectual part of myself kind of take over, which is what I feel like is happening in this moment. Because when you start to explain yourself in some regard, a lot of these thoughts can come in and just like take over, and it's like, we were fine 10 minutes ago, and now I'm sitting here mustering all of this, which, you know, journaling helps, but also you can muster into it when you're journaling so much too, and you have to like take a step back and like reevaluate. And yeah, gosh, sometimes this is why I feel like YouTube ain't ever gonna work for me, because I just blab and I don't know if I'm making sense, and it's like nobody cares, and it's like, but it's like, you care. It's like that moment you have that feeling of like, does anybody care? No one really cares. Like, you have to remind yourself that you care, and you have to remind yourself that you have these feelings and have these desires for a purpose, and you have to keep marching down that path and not let other things come in. So I'm sitting in this moment trying to like reframe some of those thoughts. Just because, you know, you feel like nobody cares, you have to remind yourself that you care. You have to remind yourself who has been there. You have to reach out to the people you care about. Maybe you're just really missing some emotional connection, which is a big thing for me. Like, physical touch is, you know, great, but like, I'm more of an emotional connection level. Like, if my husband and I have not sat and chatted about life or anything in a week, I will start to feel like shit. I don't even know what the right word is. Like, I will just start to feel like I'm losing, like it's just that brain emotional connection that I need from people, from my relationships. And if there's been so much distance in between time of that regard, I will start to kind of slowly take the back seat, and I will like pull away a little bit. And I know that's not great. I know it's something I still need to work on. Yeah, so I'm just like getting really, really excited, and I'm just ready to like get to the present moment. And I think that's like a big part of why I've been somewhat struggling this last couple of weeks, because I feel like I've been living in this past of the experience of our vacation. And while in the beginning that was great, because it was like we could relive some of those memories, and I could just like ingrain more of those positive, good memories into my brain. And also, I don't, just because so much time has passed, I don't want to not do it. This time around, when I told myself I was going to vlog this trip and just vlog our life, I said I was going to commit to that, and I'm committing to that. Like, regardless of how long it takes. It's tough because not everyone is going to understand what you're trying to do. And there's days where, because the Instagram algorithm wants to be stupid and think it's a bot and shut down on you and do all this stupid, crazy stuff, it can put you down. It can make you feel like, is this worth it? Am I doing things right? Am I worthy? Like, those feelings can come up. Sometimes I just get so annoyed with this whole idea that we're not allowed to feel these certain feelings, because it's like, you shouldn't feel these feelings and you should just keep going. And it's like, take a moment to feel the fucking feelings. Take a moment to understand these feelings, where they're coming from, where they're stemming from, what beliefs and narratives are coming up, so that you can look at them and take a moment to like, okay, I hear you. Thank you, brain. Thank you, trauma response. Thank you, survival mechanisms, whatever is coming up for you. And reflect on that, understand it, understand the root cause, and decide how you're going to continue to operate. You now know this stuff is happening, and now we get to look at it and process it, and then decide and choose differently. If we don't want to be over here, then we have to be over here, which means we have to make a different decision. And that's how I've constantly been living my life since I learned about, more trauma related mechanisms and healing and all those things. Yeah, I thought I would share this with you guys because I want to share more of these things. It's just very vulnerable for me. It's really hard for me. I sometimes feel like I don't explain things very easily. I don't know how to really end this chit chat. I wanted to come on here, share what I've been feeling lately, remind you as well as myself, like, it's okay to feel like you got, pushed backwards. I say pushed backwards because the universe can sometimes just push you backwards. But I mean, like, it's okay that if you took a step back and you fell backwards, or you know, just, yeah, that. It's okay. Get back to it. Remind yourself that what you're doing matters. Remind yourself that you matter. Remind yourself that you're worthy, and to keep putting what it is that you want to do at the forefront of your brain and not let anything else take over. And you have these emotions and feelings for a reason, to remind you that you're a feeling emotional being, number one. And number two, that we have the chance to reflect and process and decide and choose differently. I've already said this. Why do I repeat myself? This is a trauma response. Like, I hate this part of my life sometimes. I just repeat myself. Like, I want to say it better the next time or something. Or I forget that I said it. And I'm just like, I go back through my editing and I'm like, girl, why do you say this 5 million times? Anyway, if you've been enjoying these vlogs, give them a like, give them a comment, subscribe. I hate being that, like, I'm really bad about self-promoting. I do have to say that's one thing that I've gotten better at with this whole travel series, is actually, like, committing to, like, okay, finishing it, hitting publish, number one, like actually doing that and hitting publish, because I've done so much stuff in my life in the last 5 years and I've just not actually shared. 3 big takeaways I feel like from this whole travel series things that I've did is committing to myself, actually hitting publish, sharing it, sharing my work after it's all been done and not getting in my head, and then self-promoting, like actually sharing what I did, like not just hitting publish and like hoping people are getting there and then later having all these feelings like, oh my god, no one's watching, no one's seeing, yada yada. Well, you didn't self-promote it, you didn't actually tell people about it, you know, and that can be hard sometimes. Like that self-promotion, that like look at what I did and like sharing it, and I'm there, I've been doing this for like freaking ever and I haven't like shared, so I get those deep feelings. And then I think like once you actually hit publish and you actually self-promote and you share what you're doing, you open yourself up for judgment. You know, I think it comes down to like that, and or perfectionism, in terms of like you don't think that you quite got it right, so then you're like worried about the people watching it and knowing they might see your imperfections, or the moment you actually do share something, it allows for people to give an opinion, allows people to judge or criticize, all of those things. Like, yeah, like we just cannot get caught up in all of those emotions. And I'm saying it to myself because I need to keep reminding myself. My husband and I were having a conversation about like the trolls on the internet and the hating comments and just whatever. It's like, I haven't actually experienced a whole lot of that. You know what? I take that back. I was gonna sit here and say I've not experienced it because I'm a new YouTuber, but I've actually experienced it in a different realm of the world, a different realm, in the sense of like when my sister and I went public on our trauma story and we got so much great comments about being brave and courageous, about doing all these things, but we also saw the nasty comments of like, why didn't you report when you were younger? And why didn't you come forward earlier? Why didn't you do this? And why? Putting on the blame on the victims yet again. And we got a lot of the comments about like, you should forgive your abusers and you should forgive your brothers and father and yada yada. Like, everybody wants to just give their damn opinions, and not all opinions should matter to you. Point blank, period. The opinions that should matter to you are the ones who truly do care about you and care about your life, and the ones you want to like take in, you know. Like, don't sit here and muster on people who have no idea how you live your life, what you do in the world, all of those things. Like, it goes to like Brene Brown and that massive chapter in one of her books where she's talking about the naysayers and all this people like not in your arena and all that stuff. Like, just like live your life and not let other people dictate how you're gonna live your life. I feel really proud for sticking to this and actually like doing it. I feel like I'm in this phase of my life where I'm just going to propel into the feelings of joy and the feelings of like excitement of what I want to create. So I may 1 month say I'm going to do this, and then a week later change my mind and I may do something entirely different. And I'm just allowing grace in that regard. We're allowed to change. We're allowed to, you know, get excited about something and then realize quickly that we don't like doing that or doing something specific, and we can change, and we don't have to like stick to something because we told people we were going to do this or whatever the situation is. So I don't see myself as a YouTuber forever or whatever, but like right now I've been finding joy in it and I'm excited about it, and that's it. Like, don't need to like put so much pressure on ourselves, you know. And wrap all this up, what I was saying was that I'm just really proud of myself, and yeah, I'm really happy to see that you guys are watching and following along and that you care. Thank you so much for supporting me and, you know, tuning in, and I really appreciate your support. Good evening. I guess I should say good morning. I laid down to sleep, obviously at like, I don't know, 10 or something, and I just tossed and turned, couldn't sleep, so I just got up and started working and officially finished this vlog. So you guys are gonna see this vlog tomorrow, today. But you'll see me talking about this like a week later, so it'll be, yeah. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit tired now. I'm gonna wait for this to be uploaded, and then I'm gonna upload it to YouTube because it's gonna take a while because it's a longer one. Anyway, feeling good. I'm gonna get this uploaded, and I'm gonna go to bed. So, good night, good morning, whatever, when you're reading this or when you're watching this. So hope you guys are having a great day, or you had a great day. Just really quickly, the last thing I will say is like, can I just sit here and like toot my own horn for a moment? I'm looking at this, and I know the lighting is horrible when I go that way, so I'm looking at this though. 16 videos. I've done 16 videos. Yeah, no, like, YouTube is the works, guys. Like, it's so much harder than just focusing on quick content, 30-second, 60-second content. Like, this is long-form content, and it's hard, and it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of editing. I love it, but it's hard, and, yeah. So thank you guys for following along. I appreciate it, because it is a lot of work, and it's nice to be noticed. So anyway, I don't know. I just was coming on here to be like, I did 16 videos, guys. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep going. I just feel so grateful and just like so whole. Like I feel nourished soulfully. Like I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Guys, we did it! 16 videos. The travel series all done. I feel so proud, feel so excited. I'm feeling myself, feeling good, and yes, thank you guys so much for following along, for supporting our channel, for following our journey. It's official. We are done. I'm so excited, guys. This is done. This whole series, all done. I feel so proud. This is like the official. I finished the dang thing. I finished the project. A lot of times I second guess myself and I worry and I self-doubt, self-imposter syndrome, like all of the things, and I don't finish. I don't get to the end, or I like have it done and then I don't share it. So I shared it all. I did it all. I put time. Woo! I just feel like my life is changing, and it's gonna change for the better. And I'm just, thank you for following along. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being here. Bam, booty, bang, bang. Ah!